Okay, people, so it finally stopped raining. And the river is supposed to crest at, I believe, 32 feet, which is 10 feet from Catastrophic. Our levee systems down through Wilkes-Barre here are built up to about 42 feet. It's a very concerning situation. The last time the river went up in 2011, it was during our wet season or the hurricane season, and the river itself was bone dry before it went up. Here we are in August. That river is higher than I have ever seen it in August. Usually the river is so low in August that you can walk right across it in a lot of spots. So number one, going into the wet season with the river up is a concern in itself. But the weather system that we're kind of stuck in, I keep talking about this weather pattern that's in place. It doesn't seem to be changing much. And at this point here, if we get another storm like we got, if we get another rain like we got over the past 2 days, even 2 weeks from now, we are going to be in big trouble. There is going to be a catastrophe. Now, none of the weathermen or the news stations are talking about this. So, you know, I'm going to do my best to get the word out. You people who've settled into this false sense of security, you know, living behind a levee system, you need to wake up and pay attention to what the hell is going on in your backyard. Because you may wake up one morning next week, the week after, a month from now, and everything you own is going to be underwater. Now, I feel fairly confident that if we continue going down the same road that we've been going down over the past month or so, I feel confident that the river is going to reach a record level, a level never before seen. Now, in 2011, it went up over 42 feet. The river was right at the top of the levee system. I mean, if it would have went up 2 more inches in some spots, it would have started going over the levee system. Okay, in 72, I believe the river went up to 40 feet. The dike system has been built up, you know, a few feet since then. The flood of 72, people had said for decades, the river will never go higher than it did in 72. And in 2011, that's exactly what it did. What do you think is going to happen when we get that once in 100 years or once in 500 year flood? And that son of a bitch goes up to 50, 60 foot. You think that's not possible? We're talking about Mother Nature just because you've never witnessed this happen, I'm sure that it's happened in the past. I've read old journals. One specific journal. I do not remember the exact year that this entry was made, but it was one of the first settlers in the valley who described a flood of biblical proportions, a flood that would have made the 72 flood look like a game. So everybody out there just needs to be aware. It needs to understand that there's a very real threat lurking in our valley right now. I'm not trying to install fear in anybody. Everybody I talk to is so passive. Like, oh, the levee system, they built it up. There's no way we'll get flooded. Everybody, not everybody, I've talked to a few people who are aware and know just how dangerous the situation is in the Wyoming Valley right now. But the majority of people are just ignorant in the true sense of the word. I mean, I'm not using the word ignorant as an insult. So just keep an eye on things. You know, one thing that I haven't touched base on. You know, the last time the river went up and was a threat. Okay, in 1972, the river didn't actually go over the dike. It chewed through the dike upriver on a bend in the river near 40 Fort. Now, the last time the river went up and was a threat, guess what? The river chewed through the dike in the same spot. Luckily, the river crested and they were able to prevent the river from completely blowing the rest of the way through that levee system. So the river doesn't need to go up high enough to go over the levee system. If it goes up to the point where it's up against the levee system, there's a threat. There's a very real threat. Just be aware, guys. Wake up. Understand that you know, there's a very real possibility within the next couple of months our lives could be turned upside down. I mean, quite literally. So until next time, guys, peace out.